guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
It's a bye weekend for Nebraska football, so roll out the barrel at Beer House this Saturday for Oktoberfest. Doors open at 11 a.m. with a ceremonial keg tapping at noon. Oktoberfest is a family-friendly celebration with live music, games, German foods, and German beers. There's a Stein holding contest at 2 and 6 p.m., other games throughout the day, and all the German sausages and pretzels you can fit in your lederhosen. Tickets are $5 in advance or $10 at the door. Purchase yours ahead of time at LincolnOktoberfest.com. This Saturday at Beer House in the Haymarket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com. where they're committed to you every step of the way.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies for most of the day. There's a chance for showers and storms later in the day. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 78. Tonight, we'll see a chance for showers and storms below around 60. And tomorrow, showers and storms are likely, some of which could be severe in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 77. Meteorologist Kyle Clark from 93.7 Ticket and ticketfm.com.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
Welcome in to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach.
Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Ahman Green.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Ahman Green Show. I'm your host, Ahman Green, along with my man Harrison to my right here. Where are we? 11th and O?
Yep,
right?
1040 O Street. 11th and O corner.
Street. Come on down,
Absolutely.
The weather's still nice out. It's like perfect.
Yeah, it actually was like it was a little humid, and after the rain, now everything's pretty nice, perfect weather. Like I don't know, I just love this time of year. You start getting to that sweatshirt time of year, getting cozy. Yep. It's good spot to be.
I don't mind the humidity. Like humidity, I'm okay with it. I think it's because of football. Being in training camps, having all that equipment on me, I can't take it off.
I actually didn't mind those days because I remember in high school football, I mean, we had some pretty jank helmets, at least for the freshmen. Like, you get older.
Freshman team,
like the Speed Flex helmets weren't out yet. It was kind of the ones where you got to still pump up in the air, kind of those old ones.
Yeah.
And the humidity was actually kind of nice because it didn't hurt so damn bad putting the helmets on because you had all that sweat. It just slipped right off. It's when you got to the middle of the season that gets cold, putting on those helmets, just not as nice. As they are today. Those things hurt. They've torn your skin. And
the new ones, the first ones, the Revolution. You said the Revolutions?
I can't remember what it was before we got to like the Speed Flex era when they started getting that hexagonal cushioning in those helmets, and it was just the white blocks, and you pulled them out and you had different parts.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of what the helmet name was.
Yeah, I didn't have those. That was past my time. I was coming into I think Revolution 1 or X or something. I had it when I played at the Omaha Nighthawks that one season in 2010. And so, because you're talking about when?
2018 is when I graduated high school.
So 2018. So by that time they had about 5 or 6 different of new helmets to help with concussions and all that stuff.
Yeah, we were getting the trickle down
data. Yeah, track data. Some of the helmets do that. Yeah, so it was just interesting. So my helmet was a Nike bike. They call it was Nike bike helmet. And that was the helmet everybody wanted because they had air pockets in there.
Okay.
For cushioning, and you could actually put it on and feel kind of like if you had a pair of Nike Air Jordans on, something like that. It was comfortable. He was like, but obviously wasn't built properly for they didn't have the research obviously that they had now for our current football players at all levels to make sure they're putting on the proper equipment to play ball. So it's interesting in that. But yeah, like I said, that came from me liking the humidity. So we went into helmet time.
That's how it goes on the show.
That's how it goes. But
I'm curious about go ahead before we get there.
No, go ahead.
I was curious about last night, how it went for you guys. I'm always working, so I don't typically get a chance unless DP doesn't care if I do my job or not.
So it was a reschedule.
Okay.
So USC rescheduled Rocket team, USC's Rocket League team rescheduled, and we're waiting to find out what day and time. I got to look at all the guidelines to see how long it would be or what's the time limit for them to reschedule. Because this is a whole week we playing against all USC and all their teams. So I got to read them, say, is it past a certain, it's probably, either Sunday or Monday where we say, you got to forfeit. Because we haven't, I haven't heard, but I got players and team managers that are also helping out and they'll get notified by somebody. And so tonight, though, it is Super Smash Brothers. And we got a good crew. So it's 4v4.
Okay.
4 of our players versus 4 USC esports players. And they'll be, duking it out with Mario. Well, I know the players that I know, they're not using Mario. They're not using, they don't use the known characters.
They use the ones with probably the best
best
skill
moves,
set, maybe.
Skill set, speed, and all that. And they got players. It has characters on Super Smash Brothers like Persona and Joker, even Link and Simon from Castlevania. Those two have swords, and so when you have a sword, it actually brings an extra layer of attack that you can inflict on your opponent. And then the speed, those players are really fast. When you hit the button, they're like, it's like, oh, okay, you see why.
How do you coach? Like, how do you balance that out as a coach, right? So you got a player that, okay, you know that typically the best people in this game are using X, Y, and Z characters.
Yeah.
But you got a guy who's using Mario, but he's really comfortable with it.
Right.
And he's doing, well. How do you balance that? Do you tell him, like, maybe try this and see how it goes? Or do you just kind of trust your players to figure it out themselves?
I say if he's using a player, a character like that, just like you said, I would ask him, if he's obviously if he's super comfortable with it, and I'm watching him in practice against his teammates, then he's doing well. Then I'm not going to doubt it. But even if it's like a gray area where he's like 50% win ratio, then I'm gonna say, hey, try this character out. Just deal out because this is the meta. So the meta is like this is what everybody else is doing.
Right.
Like that's kind of and then what everybody else is doing, and then everybody else is doing it, and it's working. So that is officially what we call in our space the meta. Because we can say that in football, baseball, basketball, but we know some of the scheme or the scheme, like in football, offensive scheme, defensive scheme. But we know sometimes if you don't have the right athletes, or same in esports, if you don't have the right players to use that player or that character in the game, then they might not be victorious. But so you got to make sure they're comfortable with it. Obviously, get reps. I was just talking about this to some of my in my esports class today. About getting better, and it's no difference than sports. So traditional sports, you got to rep it out all the time. So I pulled up some characters, some of the characters that Google.
They got a ton of them on
actually,
there.
they have. Actually, I forgot. They have the best played.
So are there like
characters,
DLCs and stuff that you guys ever like that makes it into the competition, or is it always like the vanilla version of the game?
It depends. Characters or the game. Like
I'd imagine like, well, I guess if there is, DLCs that would affect the gameplay too, that would be also part of the question. I wouldn't be aware. I'd imagine like a game like that is probably more, I don't know what you could do mechanically to kind of switch that up. But I know the characters, there's always, Nintendo's got a plethora of characters that can throw in there.
Okay, so what they do online, you could Google it. I Googled, go back to the page. I Googled Super Smash Brothers best played characters or best used characters. And they rate them on a scale, or they do a tier scale, from S+1 or S+ being the best to S, and then A, B, C, and then D. And S+ is a character called Steve. And I believe Steve is the Minecraft character from Minecraft. He is a problem because with the Minecraft elements of building is in, he can use that while he's fighting you. So he's building things and throwing stuff that he's created at you.
So he can put like a wall up in front of you if you really wanted to.
He could build a wall. He could throw rocks at you. And then he could build something that you could get locked in. Like he could do all this stuff. He basically could build around you, lock you in a room, and then beat the room up because you're in it. And he could do all sorts of things.
So it's like an entirely new mechanic to the game.
So yeah, and you see the players use them, and they're like supersonic fast with them. It's like, oh my God. So it's just getting reps, obviously playing against somebody on your squad in our room that uses Steve very well. And most of the players I've seen, because back in the spring when I got here, I would go to community night. Eric Dundas did a really good job. He goes by Redundancy. That's his gamer tag. Great name. Love how he, clever about pulling it off of his own name.
Gamer tags are some of the best humor out there.
We could talk about that next. I mean, that's some of the best gamer tags out there. Is awesome. It's like hilarious all at the same time. But Eric has done a good job with the community night. So in the springtime, Saturdays or Sundays, he would have it in the student union. And it's for everybody. It wasn't just for the kids that were in our club team and on our varsity of JV team. No, it's for everybody on campus if they're aware of it. So we'll be doing it, I'm pretty sure, here in the fall. So if you're in the Nebraska Esports Discord, join up. I'm there. I got my butt kicked. I don't think I made it out of the first round. That was my whole goal. It's like, if I could get out of the first round. I tried, but it was didn't quite happen. But so you go online. So the Super Smash Ultimate tier list, like I said, he's in the box by himself.
So it's just that clear.
It says Steve plus S+1 or S plus just Steve by us, no other characters. So now S. So we go down a grade. So in terms of very good meta and very good character to play with, Diddy Kong,
okay,
Joker, who I mentioned,
mm-hmm.
Kazuya. Yeah, Kazuya. I believe that's a character they took from Tekken.
Okay.
Peach, so Princess Peach. I'm surprised. Yeah.
That surprises me.
And she has her. I mean, her dress is like part of how you can dominate people. I know she could jump and then float down in it, but I know it does things. It helps her out. Sheik, Fox, Pac-Man, Pikachu,
okay,
Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog, Aegis. I might be saying that name wrong. Aegis.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Paulutina. I know her. She has a sword. Rob the Robot.
Okay.
And Roy and Wolf. Wolf is from Star Fox, I believe.
Yep, that sounds about right. Yeah, because I couldn't tell you the names, but that was I remember playing that when I was really young.
But Pac-Man, you know Pac-Man, you know Pikachu, you know Princess Peach. Joker is from an anime series that got eventually DLC'd into Super Smash Brothers. So that's S. And then A, you got Sulk, who's also an anime character. Snake from Metal Gear. Remember the game Metal Gear? Zero Suit Simus from Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
So zero suit, that means no suit. No, it is suit. Just I think it's dark. No, they have different variations. 3 variations of Simus on this game,
and they're all like individual characters. Okay.
Yep. Min, which is Min is the little almost like Nintendo Wii game that's out. Oh no, not Wii, but Switch game that has these little characters. They look like little Martians, but there's 3 of them, and you could use all 3.
Yeah, I think I'm blanking on what it's called.
Yeah,
Pikmin or something like that.
Something like that. I think that's part of the Min. And then Olimar, Pokemon trainer, the kid that has the Pokemons that trains them. Wario, Terry. The single names are the best ones. The single name character, Steve, Terry. What else? Roy. I love those.
Rob's a good one.
Yep. Cloud, and then Dark Samus. In a dark suit, Metroid. Luciana, Mr. Game and Watch. Mr. Game and Watch is a really cool one because this is outdated. So this shows that I'm old. It was old handheld back in the day before and after Game Boy came out.
Oh, so you're going
way back. Yeah, way back. There was a handheld game called his name, Mr. Game and Watch. So if you see this thing, it's basically like how they used to use the old handhelds, and so it was a layered video game, and so the character was actually painted on the screen, and then him moving was each layer, like they do cartoon characters, in artwork, like old school stuff.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, you see, so that's him, but that's from the old handhelds that we had back in the day,
and it's actually just called Game and Watch,
and now the handheld was called Game and Watch, and so they named his character Mr. Game and Watch, which is, I say, it is clever because it's like, oh, I remember this. He's kicking my butt right now. It's like, oh my god, he's really good because he's rated an A. He's A tier. He's a tier A character. Ness, who is from, I think he's from Animal Crossings, and then Yoshi.
I think that Ness is a real old one. I have a friend that was in. It's not from Animal Crossing. I forget the name of the game. It's I'll look it up real quick.
I'm definitely wrong
because I know that one's like a cool classic. I never played it, but I know some people
Ness
will go into the what do you want to call it? The lore. There's a lot to that.
Ness is a beast. Ness is just a little dude, little kid. Looks like a little kid, and he throws lightning. He can control the lightning or the ball that has like a lightning circle around the ball, and he is a problem. And then Yoshi is really good. So my characters I usually roll with. We just dealt with 3 tiers right there. The only character that's I mentioned that I use that is in the top 3 tiers is Yoshi. So I'm happy that my other character, which might be here at B level or C level or C tier. Let's see here. My guy.
Earthbound. There we go. Earthbound. That's the game that Ness is from.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so Yoshi is my player, and that's one of my plays that I use when I go into the game, and he's tier A, so that's not good. I need to go and I was trying to get good at Sonic, because once I did this, I pulled this up then. I'm like, oh, Sonic is the S level, S tier. And Sonic is so hard to use because
it's probably just fast as
when you turn into his ball and like speed out, you got to be aware of the map, and the map, it's a platform. It's floating in the middle of nowhere.
2D.
And in 2D, right? And so when you turn into that ball, if you don't hit nobody, you just go, you go right off.
So you can just end it right there for yourself.
Yeah, but you could turn, but sometimes obviously hitting the brakes on Sonic don't work out all the time. So that's one character. Another one I was thinking about using is Pac-Man. And Rob the Robot, I want to try out for nostalgic sake, because I actually had the gyromite that he picked up and dropped and put down to help me on the screen to get from room to room. It was old game. It was awesome. The game was called Gyromite. You were a doctor, kind of like Dr. Mario when they came out with that. So you're a doctor on this game, and you're trying to get to the medical room to do your surgery or save the patient or something. And what the innovation of when Nintendo was doing, and this is 1985, the game and Rob the Robot. So outside the game, you had your controller, you had Rob, and he had this little, like almost like a weight scale. And Rob the Robot, he would pick up the little gyromite and drop it, so then it would open the doors on the screen on the TV on the game. And this is 1985.
Leave the Nintendo to always be outside the box. They will take hits in sales in order to be innovative.
Exactly, 100% cater to the family, because a lot of their games, I would say, this guesstimation, 90% of their games is family friendly.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Fair. I mean, I might be wrong, but I just know everything.
I can't think of a dark game
other than like the what they call AAA games from from the bigger game companies like Microsoft and EA and all that. They put out their games. Sometimes they bring it to Nintendo, brings it to them and say, you know what, we're going to do this, because I know they're bringing in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I think they brought in
games like Skyrim. I know get on there. Like Bethesda studio games will get in there.
Every now and then onto Switch or Nintendo, what have you. So tier B now, we got Ice Climbers, which is from a cartoon, I think, or from another game.
It's probably before my time.
Yeah. Sora, Grin. Oh, excuse me. Grin Ninja. I think I'm saying that right.
I can tell you.
I'll ask my kids. Yeah, Hero, Ken, Link from Legend of Zelda.
Easy enough.
Well, you know what? I'll just say recognizable names. Luigi, Mega Man, Falco, and I think Falco is from Star Fox. I think
Falco Punch.
Yeah,
that's the racer games, right?
Yep. Ryu from Street Fighter.
Okay.
Bowser, Captain Falcon, Mario. Mario is tier level B.
Okay.
So he's right under
kind of the average.
Yeah, he's about average, along with A. And then Young Link. They have that. And Me. So the Me is the character. If you had the Nintendo Wii,
okay,
you could create your character. So they have Me Brawler. That's a fighter here. And a lot of them, I'll say the ones that are in, they have them colored too. So I would say the ones that are colored in green are the original characters. Red or download DLC characters that came later. Or let me see, blue, because you got red, and I see Bonetta. I know that's like, she's definitely a download character.
I wonder if the different shades of color are just different DLCs.
Maybe maybe different DLCs over time.
Mm-hmm. Because that game's been out for
forever,
and that's the one that for whatever reason is the most competitive one that's sticking around. Or they're like older versions, because you see
Bonetta 3 just came out.
Okay.
Last year or earlier this year. And I got to play it. I got the download code and I haven't downloaded it yet. So we're down to B. So we
have one from the text line. I want to help Augie out if he's still listening. So
okay.
What about Pitfall on Atari?
Ooh, what about it?
Yeah. Is there any characters?
No.
That are on
no, I don't see none.
Okay.
What would be a Pitfall name? You got to ask him that.
Yeah, Augie, go ahead. Go ahead and list a Pitfall name, because I'm not totally familiar for this one.
I know the
Atari
game, but
wouldn't be.
I didn't know that stick figure had a name, because on the Atari it was just a block character.
Okay.
Jumping through the area, like, it's because Pitfall is like a version. It was like its version of Indiana Jones. but the graphics obviously couldn't show that.
Yeah.
It was really
older.
You search it up, you'll see Pitfall, show Pitfall, and you'll be like, oh my God, this was a game that's supposed to, because on the carton, on the cartridge, it had a picture of a guy that was kind of looked like Indiana Jones.
Oh, really?
And he looked like, but in the game, you like, this supposed to be a waterfall or fire, and it's just like, it looks weird. So tier C for names that we know: Duck Hunt Dog, the dog from Duck Hunt.
Yeah,
Lucas,
that was like the first game I played.
Yeah, Lucas, who is also part of Ness's universe, I believe. A Villager, Pikachu, Meta Knight, Bowser Jr., Toon Link, where he's a cartoon figure, and then Riker and Simon, which is from Castlevania. Wii Fit Trainer. If you ever had the Wii, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So that's majority. That's not all, but it's quite a few of tier C characters. But all in all, last one is tier D, as Piranha Plant, Kirby, which is my guy.
So you're at the bottom. Too.
I'm totally at the bottom, and then Dr. Mario. So Mario, as you mentioned, was at what? B. He was in B. Was Mario at B? No,
yeah.
No, he's up at no, he's actually A.
Oh, okay. So
he's
A tier.
He's tier A. So I got Yoshi, and Yoshi was A along with Mario. And then Meta Knight, who I use, he's at C. And then my man Kirby, but I'm so good with Kirby where I was hanging a little bit with the esports players.
Okay.
A little bit. They should beat me up. They play it religiously and they're good at it. So
I wonder if it's one of those though where you think that could be advantageous to throw in, like say you're in a tournament and you're not expecting people to pick maybe a D tier character.
Right.
You think it kind of throws them off, and that's maybe why you hung around.
It will throw them off because again, it's a mental thing sometimes with gamers. And if you play that mental game, you could get in their head because they could be like, oh, you picked between Kirby, Little Mac. Like Little Mac, even though he's a tier D,
that's my guy.
He's a problem.
Yeah, that's always one I break down.
His punch, that one punch, is a problem.
Mm-hmm. He's so fast.
Yeah, and his movement, the side to side movement on Super Mario or Super Smash Brothers is just crazy, amazingly fast. So yeah, you could throw somebody off. Like, man, they must be really good, especially like Little Mac, even Donkey Kong. Like even though he's tier D, people use him a lot.
Really?
Yeah. And he does a lot of damage, even though he's a big dude, not moving fast. But what people figured out, probably I saw this a couple years ago when I was at Lakeland. Player had a match, and their stocks, their lives is stocks. They call them stocks, and it was an even match. So the next person that lost the stock won.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was 2-1, and the guy, one of my players that was using Donkey Kong, had he had 2 lives left, 2 stocks left, and the other player had 1 stock left. And so what he did was you can grab, you punch, throw, kick. So he got close to his opponent, grabbed him, and jumped off the map. I was like, that's the strategy. I'm like, because you was up to
just
stocks, so just end it by basically suicidal, and get the dub. I'm like, wow. I'm
smart.
Like, smart, ingenious. So any big character can grab another character, just like Donkey Kong, Ganondorf from Legend of Zelda, King K, Rule,
probably Bowser. It's got to be
Bowser. You could do this. You could do Bowser like that because he's big and he's strong, and so they grab you and you like bye bye. So so Super Smash Brothers USC, us versus USC is tonight on Nebraska Esports here. I would think. Let me see. I think I have the.
Yep, and Thunder Not Collins does ask, where can we tune in to watch these matches?
So you can tune in at twitch.tv/Nebraska Esports. Twitch.tv/Nebraska Esports.
And I'll put that in the podcast notes too going forward. So if you guys are ever trying to figure it out, you can't remember the link. Typically, do you tweet those out too?
Yeah, they put it out on our social media, which is Nebraska Esports on Instagram and Esports Nebraska on Twitter.
Okay,
and
so go and follow those.
And we're on TikTok as well. We're Nebraska Esports on TikTok as well.
Okay, so make sure to follow those. And again, I'll put that in the podcast notes where you can find those. So if you guys ever need it, we do have a couple more texts from the text line. I want you guys to stay tuned because we got to go to break now. But when we get to the other side, we'll go ahead and answer those. This is the Ahman Green Show. Again, I'm Harrison running the 1s and 2s. Host as always, Ahman Green. We'll catch you guys on the other side.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
It's a bye weekend for Nebraska football, so roll out the barrel at Beer House this Saturday for Oktoberfest. Doors open at 11 a.m. with a ceremonial keg tapping at noon. Oktoberfest is a family-friendly celebration with live music, games, German foods, and German beers. There's a Stein holding contest at 2 and 6 p.m., other games throughout the day, and all the German sausages and pretzels you can fit in your lederhosen. Tickets are $5 in advance or $10 at the door. Purchase yours ahead of time at LincolnOktoberfest.com. This Saturday at Beer House in the Haymarket.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies for most of the day. There's a chance for showers and storms later in the day. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 78. Tonight, we'll see a chance for showers and storms below around 60. And tomorrow, showers and storms are likely, some of which could be severe in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 77. Meteorologist Kyle Kleck from 93.7 Ticket and TicketFM.com.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and TheTicketFM.com.
All right, welcome back into the Ahman Green Show. Again, I'm Harrison running the ones and twos. Host, as always, Ahman Green in studio. We got a couple questions from the text line. Again, you guys feel free to join in. Want to talk football, want to talk gaming. Ahman Green's the guy for it. 402-464-5685. Sutter Heyman text line. We got a couple here. One from Augie. He says, what games drew you in when you first started playing?
Well, I mentioned the one Gyromite.
Mm-hmm.
That was on the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES. The ones before that was on ColecoVision, and it was Donkey Kong and Zagzon. It was a space game, a spaceship game where you had to fly the spaceship. The map was side-scrolling, and it was kind of like at a weird angle. So, like, things were kind of like, if you see my computer, it's like you had to go over the wall. It was all at a weird angle, so wasn't sure if you were all the way over. But I played it enough, and I figured it out. I was the cheat code to that game. Those were when games back then. Games were epically long, so you could find out how to get through the game, and then beat the game, and then perfect beating the game in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
and
a lot of exploits back in the day.
Right, and then after 2 hours, you could beat it. Like I was beating that game in 30 minutes. I would beat it. Like I had it so much. I played it so much where I'll beat it, go eat dinner. I would pause the game or turn the system off, and you was no save. You didn't have no memory cards. You didn't have no cloud storage at that time. So you just if you turn it off, then your game was pretty much gone.
Forgot about that.
And then go eat dinner, come back, take a shower, do my homework, and then play it again. Beat it another half hour. I would beat it 3 or 4 times before I go to bed on a school night because I knew that was at least a game I knew wasn't going to take forever. I could play, and my mom was okay with it because she kind of figured. I told her, look, this is a game that's real easy. I could beat it. And then Donkey Kong, learning how to jump over the barrels. And then once I got the Nintendo, that's where everything kind of just opened up. Then I started playing Tecmo Bowl, Super Mario Brothers, the first one, Legend of Zelda. Oh, my first official RPG.
Let me ask you this, because this is always a big debate for me and some of my friends. That was kind of our game: Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time.
Say the first one.
Majora's Mask for the Zelda games, because those two are very close, back to back, with crazy differences.
I was the second one. What was the second one?
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina, because I played that one more than I even played. I didn't play a whole lot. Like once I got here, it was still putting them out. N64, Super Nintendo.
I guess what age were you when Ocarina of Time?
So Ocarina, I might have been in high school.
Okay.
Because I'm obviously a little older than you. We can look it up. What's the year? Ocarina of Time. Let me look that up. And show real quick while we're doing that. Shout out to Lexi Corello. If I'm saying her name correctly. She just got hired by Scuff Gaming. She was our social media coordinator here at the Nebraska Esports program. So congratulations to her. And I believe she has to head down to Duluth, Georgia.
Okay.
That's where she is headed to now. She actually applied to Riot Gaming, which is League of Legends and Valorant and CSGO, I believe. And she did internship there, I think, in the summers. And that's based in Los Angeles. But a lot of these companies, their offices are everywhere. I remember in class, which I will have a day this semester. I know last semester and then my first semester teaching an esports management class was the fact that a lot of people figured that all the developers, so Microsoft, Sony, EA, places like Florida, California, Seattle, China, Japan, German, England, Germany. No, it's like some places like right in Madison, Wisconsin, like for Ravensoft. That's a developer for Call of Duty. It's right up in Wisconsin. So, and it's places, I'm pretty sure some around here in Nebraska and then Kansas, South Dakota, North Dakota. And so then players and I say people that are looking to work in those areas, they'd be like, oh man, you have to go very far if you don't want to go far.
Yeah, I mean, there's remote, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
Remote is definitely possible for a lot of people. I think all my software engineering friends that graduated, I don't think there's a single one of them that works in the office.
Right.
Working for Amazon.
You work
doing
at
it
home, which is
Yep.
very awesomeness. I mean, or you could go on site for a couple of days or a week and then boom, shoot back. So with COVID, everything for in the IT industry to the gaming industry has become very, very, I'll say, user friendly, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
What was I about to look up? I know I was going to look up.
The release date of Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah.
And while you're looking that up, there is another question, and I'll let you think on this. He said, "Hey, Ahman, did you ever get into the Marvel Contest of Champions?"
Fighting game, right? I think that was a fighting game. I'm not sure.
I think it was. Let me look it up real quick.
All right,
you look up Ocarina of Time,
yep,
and I'll
1998. So I was a rookie. November 21st is when the game released. So I was a rookie in Seattle. So I know I was past that. I know for a fact because it was just I saw the game and I was just nostalgia was set in obviously because I played the first one that had the gold cartridge that came for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I just didn't like those. Once I got out of high school and in college, I looked at Zelda almost like a kiddie game. But now, like seeing now Breath of the Wild and then Tears of a Kingdom, I'm like, oh my god, graphics is still good, and man. So, but I could go back and get these. I could play these.
That's one that always
that's the beautiful part.
Sunk my teeth into. I think it was probably Majora's Mask was the first time like the story like really captivated me, and I was like, this first time I played a game, and I was like, man, I just went through like a journey. Like
it is
one of the first time I put it down, and I was like,
yeah,
damn, I'm thinking about things a little different.
Right, and with the graphics I had, I'm running and nothing even close to Ocarina of Time because I'm looking at the graphics right here. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
I mean, this was 1998. Nintendo Entertainment System came out in 1985, so not even right over 10 years. So you're talking about 13 years, and it was like that was and there's a big difference. Trust me, this is 3D. Oops, it's a little loud. Sorry.
And that was just groundbreaking. Is the crazy part. Like you look at it now, it's like okay. But at that time, it was like, wait a minute, this whole world I can just walk around and discover.
Right. And it's 3D and 3D, 4D or whatever. And ours was 2D top down. And you had to go to the little doors and make the little sound.
Yeah. Nintendo soundtracks are always some of the best.
And I'm looking at this. I remember my brother had the Super Nintendo. And then he also had the N64. And I watched him play this every now and then. And look, I remember this real blocky, squared off. This was the technology of the time, which we thought was like, oh my god, it's so cool. How they got actual head and the body is,
yeah,
and this and that and that. So it's like what? And now it's just ridiculous, And it's on a little handheld as usual. What Nintendo does, cup of tea there. So no, I remember this, and just I didn't get into it because it was like I was more into. By the time I got here, it was all a sports game.
Okay, Tecmo Bowl,
RBI, Double Dribble, and then EA came out with NBA Live, Lakers versus Celtics, and then Bulls versus Lakers, and so it was just like, and then PlayStation 1 came out my freshman year, actually 94. So by the I got here in 95, so that was the console of choice. Sega Genesis had been out, so some guys in their rooms or their dorm rooms or apartments or houses, that roommate made it up. Guys will either have the Nintendo, Sega Genesis, or the PlayStation 1. So you were balling if you had the PlayStation 1 in 1994, 95, if you in college. And we had one. I know I got one. I think I got it for a graduation gift. Mom and dad got it for me, so I was coming in. Me and Marcus Johnson, we were balling. We had the PlayStation 1. But we like, no, not everybody's gonna be in our room. Y'all need to chill out with that.
What was the best console you think that when you think of a console, you're like, man, that is the one that is going to always have a special place in my heart for all the great games and everything, because there's always those consoles. So, for me, it was probably like Xbox 360. I play PlayStation now, but 360, that's because I talked about before, like the Halo games.
Yes.
Man, that was crazy for me. And then like that was the first time I played multiplayer. So Xbox 360.
True.
I'll never forget being in the basement, out at the farm, spiders on the couch, but I got the Xbox 360 in front of me. I'm chilling.
Dude, I got the old Duke too. I got the Duke controller and I have the system. We packed it up, so hopefully it still works once we get it back. But man, it's tough because you think about that. I was the same. I played online first time on that Xbox, the old Xbox, the big one that almost looked like
the clunker.
The clunker that looks like a computer like a big computer.
It looks like a tower.
Looks like a computer tower. That's what it looks like. But so it's between it's a toss up for me between that one. Because obviously multiplayer online competition started, and then the NES. And I say between three of them, Coleco, NES, and the Xbox.
It was a magical era. And then they started charging for multiplayer. And
I remember when that happened.
Damn.
Everybody lost their mind. And then PlayStation was free for a while.
Yep. And then they
Xbox,
countered.
Because Xbox went first, and then PlayStation waited because to get more people. And so I end up the person having to buy 2 games. I go get Madden for Xbox and Madden for PlayStation for all my friends and family that would only play me on their system. They wouldn't convert over, or they were worried about the joystick, the controller having different buttons. I'm like, no, it's the same button, man. That's not an excuse. You got a ball.
It really was.
You got a ball. Don't matter the system. Ball out.
If you can figure out those old N64 controllers with the 3 prongs.
Yeah. On Nintendo. Oh my God. I remember when that came out. I was confused.
I didn't know where to put my hands.
Me neither. I was like, what is going on here? What am I supposed to do? You got the joystick in the middle, and it's shaped like an M, or you flip it over, shaped like a W. Either way, it's like you look like you want to hold both here, but I only have 2 hands. Like, what are y'all telling us to do here? What are you teaching us? Definitely to be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
A little weird, but
I can't remember how I even played it. But a couple more from the text line. We'll throw it to break. We got one. Milkman says in college, 98, we played the Nintendo 64 all night. Now, I think, again, that's probably a huge one for a lot of people because I know that was groundbreaking. The cartridges, you always see the memes on those people having to blow those off, to get them to work.
Yep.
Kind of
that
a
was
fun era.
That was the first generation. You had to put in your shirt,
your
T-shirt here, and blow across it.
Something satisfying, though, about clicking that in there.
And then it worked.
It's like, felt like a genius. And then I'll let you think about this one from Augie again. He says, follow-up question, any advice for Anthony Grant? Obviously, he's going to have going to keep having more pressure put on his shoulders. Hopefully, you see more growth from him. So I'll let you stew on that one. Right? Yep, after break. I'll let you stew on that one. Cool. We got to throw it to break, and we'll have our final segment of the Ahman Green Show. Up next, I'm Harrison Ahman Green in studio. As always, we'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies for most of the day. There's a chance for showers and storms later in the day. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 78. Tonight, we'll see a chance for showers and storms below around 60. And tomorrow, showers and storms are likely, some of which could be severe in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 77. Meteorologist Kyle Kleck from 93.7 Ticket and ticketfm.com.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in. Final segment of the Ahman Green Show. Again, I am Harrison Arns running the ones and twos. Host, as always, Ahman Green in studio. And I do want to get to one more text line before we talk about Anthony Grant and how he can improve. It says Thunder, not Collins. The Xbox LAN parties pre-online gameplay was a vibe back in the day when the 12-year-old
Yeah,
I won't read the full thing, but you know what I'm talking about. Those lobbies, there was something else. That was definitely a big part of a lot of people's memories. If you're in those lobbies,
awesome.
You probably heard some things that, maybe your mom wouldn't let you play in some
Yeah.
of those lobbies if she knew. But talking about Anthony Grant, and I think the reason they posed this question is he did have another fumble against Illinois. So he had a fumble against Minnesota, a fumble against Michigan, and a fumble against Illinois. Again, kind of unlikely for him. Hasn't really had that problem before. Never saw it in his career, but it is becoming somewhat of a problem this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to know this. And because I went through this when I got to Seattle. And a lot of people forget defenders, D linemen, linebackers, safeties, corners. They're trained to punch that ball out. And I watched the fumble on the last game. And so it wasn't nothing. He just, obviously they hit him on the elbow and it just popped out. No, they reached for it and pulled it out of his strong arm that he has. And so people got to remember that. Coaches got to remember that. And then for the player himself, and I mentioned this already a couple weeks ago because this was out of training camp going into that first game of the season, is the fact that he's been playing football since 5, 6, 7 years old and knows the game. He wouldn't be at the University of Nebraska on scholarship right now if he had a football problem.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just something that now he's going to learn how to turn the page in his head. So if it is something bothering him, then he's got to, learn how to let it go and not let it bother him and ignore it. Because just like quarterbacks, and this is what I was told, and that kind of helped me get past over the hump. Just like quarterbacks, they throw interceptions. Running backs going to fumble the ball occasionally, but it's not a problem. It's just part of the game. You get hits on the ball sometimes. You can't control that. You get guys tugging at the ball. Just situational. Just have that awareness. Again, in that Illinois game, during that situation, it was a situation where 2 minutes or less, 4 minutes or less, we got the ball. We don't want to give them the ball back. We want to drain this clock. And so things that I was told, started, wasn't a whole lot here because we weren't in that situation a whole lot here in Nebraska, to be honest. But once I got to the NFL level, and if I was in the game, running backs coach told me, no matter what you see in front of you, like if you see a big hole, 2 hands on the ball, secure it, because that's all matters right now. It's us getting this win, securing the win. If you get the ball in your hands, cover it up with 2 hands and run. It might be awkward running that way, which it can be, but obviously I got better at it because we were in a lot of situations where it was a field goal to win or a PAT or whatever, or we get in field goal range, we could kick in for our kicker. So it just became a more of an awareness thing. And now that part is on the player and the coach. It's on EJ, Coach Barthos, and Anthony to have that mindset going into this next game. This is a bye week this week, but for the rest of the season, if we're in that situation, which we can be, we got some tough games coming up, then have that situational awareness. Be like, all right, I remember this from last game, Illinois or whatever, how he remembers it. Let me get in this, 2 hands on the ball to make sure there's no mistakes on my part. And it doesn't recur as, oh, he has a problem. And I know I met him once, I believe, maybe not even that. And I know it's not a problem. I've seen this before. Obviously, I've seen it with myself. I've seen it with other running backs from the college level and the pro level that go through this. And it's just part of the game that you just got to fight through. And it's a part of being an athlete. And then he will get better from this, mentally better, and be even stronger and be a player that Coach Rule and Coach Barthos can depend on and call on at a certain time at any time of the game, any time of this season coming up.
Absolutely. And they got a bye week to work on those things.
Exactly.
Perfect time for a bye week. And again, Nebraska, they still have an opportunity for the Big Ten West. It's not all locked up yet.
Yes,
you're looking at Wisconsin, Iowa, but those guys got to play each other this week. So one of those guys is going to take a loss. Iowa's quarterback, offense, that's always a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin, kind of same thing, a little bit up and down. So it's still all on the table. But that's going to be it for us. Ahman Green in studio as always. Harrison running the 1s and 2s. This has been the Ahman Green Show. Teammates Mentoring Hour up next. Don't go anywhere.